Okay, I think the last video left off right about here. Okay, we had just created the list picker and then we put the strings in, so the plus, comma, minus, and now we need to do some programming. So if you're following along on a paper copy of the instructions, we are on page 3. Page 3, about halfway down. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to use an event handler. So when the calculate button is clicked, what we're wanting to happen is for the result label to show the answer to whatever is put in text box 1 plus whatever is put in text box 2. So our blocks are going to look slightly different than these just because this is from an older version, but I'll show you what your block should look like. Okay, so it looks just like this. This is what you want to program in. And again, all this is doing is taking what the user types into text box 1 and adding it together with what the user puts into text box 2, and it gives the result. Okay, so it shows the answer. That's what it's doing. Okay, so now we're down to this section, the list picker section. Okay, and what we're going to do here is this is how we're programming it to choose a plus or minus on the list picker. So again, ours is going to look slightly different than this. I'll just switch back over. When the list picker 1, after picking, set list picker 1 text to whatever the selection was. And that selection so far is going to be plus or minus for us. Okay, back to the instructions. And we're going to look at the if-then statements. Okay. So there are times when we're going to want to add and times we're going to want to subtract. So we have to program that in using an if-then block. So again, this is going to look real similar to what ours looks like, just slightly different. Okay, so we're going to pull over when calculate button is clicked. We're going to add an if-then button, and let me switch over. Actually, I think we can use this one. We'll just pull this out, and we'll do an if-then right here. Okay, so it's going to look like this part that we had programmed before is going to fit in the then section. And what we're going to add here in the if section, we're going to go to math, and we're going to choose the blank equals blank block. And that's going to go here. And then we're going to put, if the list picker, that's kind of a tongue twister, if the list picker selection that's going to go in the first section, and then equals, and on the second part, we are going into the text section. I'm going to grab this little guy, and he's going to be the plus sign. And enter. Okay. So that's our first part. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to program it for the minus sign. And essentially what you can do here is copy your programming that you did for addition, and you're just going to change it to subtraction. So if you right click here and duplicate your blocks, I'm going to pull this down. I'm going to pull this here and then pull this one down further. What you're going to do is just change the information from addition to subtraction. So this is going to be a minus sign. And then this is going to need to be a minus sign here. So we'll go back to math. And it'll be this minus this. And we can actually just pull this in. Text box 1, text box 2, and get rid of that guy. Okay, actually, I think this all can go into 1. I shouldn't have made that 2. Let's get rid of that guy. So we had that error message there. This should pop in right there. We should be able to put them all in the same section. So this now is your programming for addition and your programming for subtraction. Okay. So far, you've got it all done. Watch the next video for the regular challenge, which adds multiplication and division to your programming.